Hello, you beautiful souls from all around the globe. My name is Lisa, and I'm also known as Job Coach Germany. Hello, and welcome to Casual Friday. So, it's probably a weird view of me, but I wanted to show you this is how I look like without makeup and with my favorite hoodie. It's a hoodie that I bought from my school, where I'm also a guest speaker and help younger students with regards to the job application process here in Germany, because you cannot start early enough. But yeah, basically that's what I wear when I'm on Casual Friday. Hoodies, yay! But that's not what I want to talk to you about today. So today I would like to talk about a topic that is very close to my heart, and that I wish my coachees know from the bottom of my heart. Yeah, and it's basically that it's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. So why am I working as Job Coach Germany with international professionals? Well, first of all, in general, it doesn't really matter whether it's international or national applicants who are in the middle of the job application process here in Germany. It's about the recruiting process, and I hate how people are being treated during the recruiting process. Having seen how people are being how the applications are being screened, and how people are being treated, and still seeing that when I'm working with my coachees and see how they are rejected, how they are being treated by certain companies. That's basically what I want to work against. And Lisa's here. Hi, Lisa. Another fact is basically that I want fairness in this overall process. So I have the feeling that not everybody has the right or the same starting point with regards to applying for a job, especially if you're from outside of Germany, because you don't know what the German standards look like, right? And that's what I want to help you with, because I have worked abroad. I have applied for a job abroad, and it was difficult for me to land a job in beautiful England. But I probably wouldn't have gotten to the point that I would have gotten a job there without the help of a career coach in the UK. So this is what I'm doing now for you guys. Yeah, from me knowing the insights of the German labor market, knowing the background and all of the standards that are here when you are applying for a job in Germany. That's what I want to share with you. So who better could tell you about that than a person like myself who has worked in HR for more than 10 years? Now, I know that many people who are working with me love Germany, and people love Germany not just because we are great and you love our castles, you love the beer, the cars, the sausages, and basically everything around our culture. But no, you guys also like the safety, the free education, the security that you have here, and also the great healthcare that you get when you are here, right? And I totally understand that. And let me tell you, from the other side, from the German point of view, we need you. The German economy is lacking skilled workers. So it's not just a one-way street. It's not just you guys searching for a job in Germany. It's not just you wanting something from the German economy, but the German economy actually wants you. So maybe some of you remember or have seen a video around from like 2 years ago now, it is, from 2020. So on the 1st of March in 2020, the Skilled Immigration Act was passed. And that was basically to attract more talent from outside of the EU, because we were lacking at that point 165,000 people from outside of the EU. Yeah. So, and now new numbers have occurred, and our German Minister for Foreign Affairs and Economic Affairs is has just shared some new numbers, and those numbers say that we are now in 2020, after the pandemic, or still during, at the end of the pandemic, hopefully it's over soon, we are lacking 390,000 people, 390,000 skilled workers from outside of Germany to help us with our aging economy. We have too many old people who are who are retiring soon, and then obviously we don't have enough young people that are following up, and we don't have enough young people who are going in the direction where we are actually lacking skilled workers. And now, to even top that number, this number is expected to rise, to increase to even beyond 1 million people. So just think about that. Think about that number. More than 1 million people that Germany is lacking, because otherwise we cannot meet the productivity standards that we're having. We cannot just, like, our economy is really suffering from that. And that's why it means that we need you guys. So if you have been thinking of moving to Germany, have been thinking about coming to Germany, searching for a job, now is the time to come. Because how are we going to, maybe we are not a stable economy anymore if you guys are not coming to our country. So there are some people here, let me tell you, hi, only in Bangkok, hi. Only in Bangkok says, my sister just nearly got the job at Adidas, as we would call it, but finally didn't get it. Oh, so yeah, this happens, but it just means that this one door didn't open up. This door is closed, but she could still stay with Adidas and apply over and over again with them. Maybe there's another person that is screening the applications. Let me tell you, from my background, at one company, I was applying over and over and again. I think I sent them 10 applications or even more. I didn't even count anymore. Maybe it was 17. 17 is my favorite number. So maybe it was that. But the final application, then I got this job. It's, if you really have a drive and a passion for that particular company, just simply still keep going for it, right? I cross my fingers for you. Yeah, but it's really, really good. Okay, but I still have a chance. I have 7 interviews. I love Nicole. Wow, 7. So how do I get a job in Germany, like Zalando or Adidas? Yeah, well, if you're on Zalando and you haven't connected with me yet, on LinkedIn, go on LinkedIn, send me a connection request, refer to this video and let me know, because I know a Zalando Zealand recruiter, and I can connect you with that person. So I've met this person. His name is Jeffrey, and he's working with Zalando. And I met him through the Tech Jobs Fair, actually. So maybe if you're interested in that, go for it. And in general, if you're going with the bigger companies like Zalando or Adidas, go on the careers website. They have so many great they have so many great resources that they are sharing on their recruiting process and so on. But also do your networking process, right? Like use LinkedIn or use Xing. I would go for LinkedIn nowadays, actually, and try to connect with the right people. Yeah. So if I were interested in a certain company and wanted to know more about the recruiting process, I would definitely go for searching for recruiting for staff from that particular company. So you can go on LinkedIn, then you can type into the job search the company that you're interested in. Then you can see the people, right? You can see the people, and you can also see whether they are working in a similar department that you're interested in, or whether they're working in recruitment. And then you can just simply approach them and ask them for the right contact, who can give you some leads, who can give you some support, some ideas on how to increase your possibilities and improve your application and improve your chances on actually landing a job there. And you would not believe how open people are on LinkedIn. I myself am always overwhelmed how really approachable people are. Those could be the like managers that have massive responsibility and so on. They are actually very, very kind. They are human, and they're human beings. So they, if they can help, I'm pretty sure they will help. But do it in a very respectful manner. Do it in an appreciative manner, right? Like, you don't want to waste that time too much, but would be very pleased if they could give you any help, any sort of help, whether that's a contact, whether that's a resource page, or anything like that. Yeah, just go for that. Okay, so great question. Empleadas Mujeres here. Hi, thank you for joining me. And then my sister's in the chat here too. Okay, so Now I got it. Only in Bangkok, and I love Nicole SNS. You are you are related. Okay, so yeah, I have applied over and over again, and I have a recruiter at Adidas that helps me. And I had like 7 interviews with many different teams, but last week I was rejected again. Okay, great. Okay, so let's dive into that topic again before I move on. So 7 interviews with the same company. Let's think about that. That is really strange. So it's first of all a very good sign, and it looks to me like you're very close to getting that job, with that company. Because if you have been invited to a company that often, it's a very, very good sign that they really want you. They wouldn't spend, especially if it's a big company like Adidas, they normally don't waste their time and money on screening and interviewing people that they are not interested in, right? So it's a very good sign that you got invited to 7 interviews already. But now here's the tricky part. So first of all, well done on your application, because you got to the point of the job interview. That's really good. Now you need to focus on your job interview itself. Can you go through the questions they asked you? Can you like remember what they asked you, and where you maybe said something and you could read their faces that wasn't what they expected? If you have a recruiting contact that you can talk to, ask them, what could I improve next time? Yeah. And it's not that they don't want you as a person. You as a person, nobody can tell you how valuable you are. Nobody can ever pay as much as you are worth, right? But they are just interested in finding the right fit for you. And maybe in those 7 interviews, in these 7 different teams, you were not the right fit, but maybe they already know what kind of team you would fit into. What I normally did, and still do, and still try to help my coachees with, is if you go to an interview, right after that, take a sheet of paper and write down all of the questions that they've asked, and then mark the question where you were a little bit like, oh, they asked that question now. I'm not really, I wasn't ready to answer that question, or maybe I should have said something else. So, an example from my side, one person asked me at one point, like at the very beginning of an interview, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited or nervous are you? And at that point, I was probably at a 13, and I said, well, 8 or 9. And then this recruiter told me, well, what should we do in order to get you to a 10 or 11 or 12? And I said, maybe ask me technical questions. And then this person said, well, of course, we will keep these questions for the end of the interview. So they were like this poker face. Yeah. And they really tried to crush me. And at that point during the interview, I was cool. I had like my shades on, and nothing was happening to me. But I tell you, after the interview, I went into the cab because I needed to go somewhere else. And I was crying. I was crying my eyes out, but I didn't tell them. But I knew at that point, if a person is asking me questions like that and makes me feel uncomfortable like that, I don't want to work with these people, right? So just a backstory. But I wrote that question down so that I'm prepared for the next time they're asking me this question, that my face doesn't go like, and that I know what I'm supposed to answer, right? I mean, they didn't mean it in a mean way. I know that nowadays. They wanted to just find out, okay, how flexible is Lisa? How can she answer that if we push her to the edge, right? So they didn't mean it in a mean way, but sometimes you have psychologists out there who just try to trigger you. Yeah, so this is the important step. You have done all the work with the application. This is very good. Well done. You don't have to worry about that, because you get invited to a job interview. You've mastered that. Now it's really focusing on job interviews. And maybe you can do another mock job interview with somebody, maybe somebody like me, who can also give you some hints and tricks and tips to help you if that particular Adidas recruiter cannot help you with that. Yeah. Because obviously something that I said before, and that I'm mentioning over and over again, is that German recruiters are not allowed to give you like straight away feedback, because you could be recording that and then you could sue yourself in the company. And obviously you don't want to sue yourself into a company, but that's why recruiters don't ever give you feedback unless you're working with with an agency, like a work agency that is trying to like find a job for you and match you with a company. Those agents, they will give you feedback. That's helpful as well. Okay, I hope that helped. It's Hardy is here as well. Then, yeah, I have a recruiter. Love to connect with you on LinkedIn for Zalando contact, which I also had an interview with them as well last year. Great, wonderful. It seems like you have you are in a flow. Yeah, very good. And another story pops in my head at this point. I had a friend and she was applying for a job in Hamburg for nearly 1.5 years. And she didn't get into Hamburg because she had interviews, everything was working out, everything worked, but the interviews, like at the final stage, it never worked out. And the reason was probably because the recruiters didn't see enough commitment with regards to, I have a flat in Hamburg now. Because guess what? Once she had a flat in Hamburg, once she moved to Hamburg, she got a job right away. She got a job right in that instant. Okay, so this is very difficult for people who are still outside. So if you, for example, still living in Bangkok, then this is obviously difficult, but you can tell them that you're really into moving, that you really want to relocate and all of these things. But actually, let me tell you, I think you're on a very good path, and keep going, because 7 interviews just simply means to me you're very close to getting your goal. It's just not the right door that has opened. The right door is just around the corner. Good luck with that. Thank you very much for that input. That's very, very valuable for everybody that's watching. So thank you so much for today, for your advice, for your support. You're welcome. Yeah, I was recommended by a different team that rejected me to other teams, and I was rejected because of internal candidates. See, that's a point. It has nothing to do with you. It's internal candidates, and I hate that. Thank you very much for that. I need to write that down because I want to do a post on that as well. Like internal candidates. Ooh, that's a trigger for me. Ooh, why do they even bother interviewing you if they have an internal candidate? Tell me. Okay. Thanks. Sorry, rant over. Now, I was rejected for a technical thing at the case interview in the 3D interview. Oh, 3D interview? What is a 3D interview? Can you let me know? Is that like in person? Or let me know what that is. And then Adidas at least gives me feedback of why I didn't get the role, so that helps. Very good. Very good. Haha, you're nice. I also felt bad and said, yeah, okay, I would love the feedback from you. And yes, some are German, so they have different expectations of the candidates. Yes, of course. Also, it had been about a year with Adidas, yeah. At Adidas, they are okay with doing relocation and visa, but it takes 3 months for the visa. Yeah, but that's normal. Yeah, I can help you, give you insight on Adidas since I have so many interviews. Perfect. 3D fashion tech product. Yeah. Okay. Development team. I see. Okay. Good. Thank you very much for that. Now let's dive onto LinkedIn. There are some people here as well. Raj is here. I'm from India and Germany. Woo! So where in Germany about, Raj? Tell me. I would like to have a job in Germany. Hi, Lisa. Now I'm working in SMP Germany, automobile exterior bumper and interior plastic parts cut design on Katya software. I have 10 years experience of automotive plastic part design and development. So please, if any requirement regarding it, please. So if I think you are already connected with me, send me a direct message, because obviously I have a background in automotive, and I know a recruiter exactly in that field, like for parts and so on, and sourcing for parts and all of these things. So drop me a message and maybe I can make a connection here. That would be very helpful, even though I'm not an agent, right, people? So I really don't like doing that. But if I know a person, I'm more than happy to help you with that. Now, okay, that again, then I'm proficient in English, elementary proficiency in German. Yeah, that's sufficient. Don't worry. You can learn German on the job. The company can help you and provide you with a provide you with German classes. Okay, Münster, you say? or München, maybe. Who? Where? So in Bavaria somewhere, Raj. Okay, that's good. But drop me a message again, and then maybe I can help you with the right contact. Okay. But also, in your message, could you let me know whether you want to stay in the Munich area or somewhere else? Because the contact that I have is actually for another car manufacturer in the northern part of Germany, not in Munich. But maybe I know somebody who knows somebody and who knows somebody. Then, Natalie, hi, thank you very much for joining me. And then also for the internal, they first told me about the new role and they interviewed me, and then they told me that now the role will be posted for internals, and if any internals actually, I see. Okay, so they didn't do it in a mean way. My rant was for nothing, because it basically means that they thought about that position, they told you about the position, then they came up with a process. Okay, we need to search internally first. So it still has nothing to do with you. You've done everything right in my eyes. They will prioritize internal candidates. Yes, of course, they always do. And I also I would recommend that for the companies. Yeah, stay within the family first, because internally, because in HR, from my background, the biggest problem that we have is fluctuation, yeah, and retention. So basically, the hardest part for companies is if they are putting lots and lots of money into workshops and training their people and making like a great career for them and helping them progress in their career, but then the employees are leaving for a competitor, for another company, and then these great talents like yourself are leaving the company. That means the company loses a lot of money and a great talent, and that's really, really sad for them, right? So that's why they need to internally post other jobs, because they want to make sure that people still can progress in their career. If a person feels not really comfortable in their situation, in their job anymore, then they need another option. And that's what internal postings are for. But it has nothing to do with you. And my rant is more about those postings where they know they will put a person onto that spot from internally, but they are still advertising the job because of a quota. That's what I'm upset about. Yeah. Okay. So now okay. And then they recommended me for another team anyway, and I interviewed 2 times with the new team, and then for one technical thing, they did not continue with me. But do you know why they didn't continue with you? Like for the technical thing, did you like not prepare very well for the technical part of the interview? Do you know anything that you could have improved? Are there specific recruiters for fashion industry in Germany? Always. There are job boards just for fashion. I actually worked with someone from the fashion industry, and I have I have an overview of different job boards where you can apply for the fashion industry. Maybe you can drop me a DM again, and then I can send you the job boards that are specialized for the fashion industry. Yeah. Okay. So, and the sister knew, yeah, I knew after. Okay, at least you've learned something. Well done. That's everything that you can do. And from interview to interview, you will always increase and you will improve. And that's good. Well done, you. You are about to get the job that you want. I'm pretty sure it feels like it. Yeah. Okay. So, back to my topic. Thank you very much for all this interaction. But there are some more things that I wanted to share with you guys. So, from the bottom of my heart, I want my coachee that they can change their job if they're unhappy, that you find the purpose of your life, that you find fulfillment in your job. So find a job that really makes you happy. And I want you to be brave enough to jump into a new adventure, like moving to Germany, learning a new language, finding a job here. And I want you to not hesitate with regards to getting help, asking people, asking your network, using your network. Yeah. So what are you waiting for? I know it's difficult. I know that you are searching for jobs. You get rejections. Maybe you don't get any answers at some point, and it's really frustrating. At some point, it looks like a huge mountain that you want to climb or that you need to climb. But if you don't want to do it on your own, you can always help, like find help through me, find help through my posts, through my videos on YouTube that are very helpful. Or if you need individual help and you really want to get to that next base, you can always work with me if that's something for you. But this interaction with you, this is what counts. So if I can motivate just one person, one out there of you to apply for a job in Germany, yeah, and help our economy to sustain ourselves, then I have met my goal of the day. I've reached my daily goal, having motivated one of you guys. Okay, so this is basically my purpose. So thank you very much for listening to me. I'm going through the final comments here. They did not specifically tell me what I needed. And then the feedback was that I needed to complete the technical part and didn't do, they will not move forward. So if you didn't do the technical part, they wouldn't go forward. Okay. But then I sent a revision with what they wanted and they still rejected me. Thank you. You are great. Thank you very much. You are great. And your questions are great. So maybe that would be interesting to take a look at the revision that you've sent. Yeah. Sometimes we only get that one chance in a technical interview. Sometimes it's just one chance that we get to actually showcase our skills and our abilities. And if you then have to send a revision, it might be that they think, no, we don't want to see that person again. Yeah. But it will help you because the next time you're going through a technical part, you will nail it. Yeah, I know that. You will definitely nail it. So I cross my fingers for you. Good luck. And all of you who are told, send me a DM, go for it. I'm very much looking forward to interacting with you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Oh, yeah. And one more thing. I'm going on holiday tomorrow. So maybe you don't hear from me again until Easter or after Easter. Yeah, but there are some more great lives that I have prepared or that I'm thinking about. And if you have any questions, feel free to send them in. I'm trying to do a live about that and interact with you again. So thank you very much. And have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye.